Hello, good morning to all of my Wake Up Now family and friends. Let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Angela Jones out of St. Louis, Missouri. And today we are going to have a very interesting training on today. We're going to deal with the mind. We're going to have a mindset training. In this business, we have to make sure we have our minds right. Okay. We have to think a certain way. We have to act a certain way. And in doing so, we're going to see better results in our business. So today, just sit back, relax. I'm going to challenge you to utilize some skills that you probably have not or have in the past but haven't thought about recently. So I encourage you to take really good notes and let's get started. We're going to start our mindset training off with the word attitude. Okay. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. The way we think and act can literally flip our business upside down or take us straight to the top. We have to learn how to control our attitudes and make sure that we keep a positive attitude throughout the ups and downs of our business with Wake Up Now. Okay, we're going to first start off by talking about your why. I know you hear all the time, often, very often, we're always talking about what's your why. Know your why in this business. I'm going to personally share my why. Then we're going to go into some different reasons why people join network marketing or why people decide to change their lives in this industry. Well, my personal why is my family. Okay, I don't necessarily have any kids. I'm not driven by my children or whatnot, but my mom and dad and my church family. See, we've been struggling financially with my church family for quite some time now. And we've always had a vision to grow our ministry to the utmost. But in doing so, it's been a financial challenge. People don't want to pay the tithe and offering and things like that. So we struggle. And what that's doing is putting a burden on my mom and dad since he's the pastor. And so I watched this struggle, him having to take care of the church, take care of his own household. This can be very, very, very challenging at times when you don't have the support of your congregation the way you would want to. I mean, the economy happened, things happen, and the first thing people take away is, unfortunately, in the church, if you're familiar with the Baptist church, they seem to always steer away from giving a tithe and offering, which is a mistake, but I won't get into that today. That's a whole nother training on spirituality. But again, that's my why, to be able to help them, to pay off the mortgage, to be able to help them live the life that they deserve, my mom and dad, and not have to worry about the burdens of having two mortgages if the members don't come up what they need to come up with. So that's a real strong why for me. It also makes me cry. So your why should make you cry. Okay, if it's not strong enough to make you cry, then that's probably not your why. Now, others may say, I want to spend time with my family as well. I work all day. I have 3-4 jobs. I'm always missing my kids' recitals. I miss basketball games, soccer games, whatnot. Look, if that's your why, you should strive to want to work a business like this part-time. So when your part-time money, your part-time job takes over what you're doing full-time, then you can go and do this business full-time and you won't have to worry about working all those long hours. So if that's your why, write it down. Some of you guys may not even had a vacation in the last 3-4 years. Now, you're supposed to take vacations. You have to have a period in your life where you take the time out to relax your mind and not think about all the worries of the world and all of this and that. You need to have that time. And a lot of you guys haven't even had that time with your family in years. Okay. So that's breaking down your marriage. That's breaking down your family time. So if that's your why, write that down. Okay. Somebody might be highly in debt, and you don't know where your next money is going to come from. You got your light bills due. You don't know how to pay this, or you got to cut off your television because you can't afford to have cable. You know, that's crazy. You know, a lot of people enjoy their entertainment and can't have it because they're in debt. You have to cut off certain bills because you can't afford to go forth. That's a huge why. And I'm sure that's enough to make you cry. But with this business, you have to have a strong why. So before people get started working with me, I always ask them, what's your why? What is it? Because if you start complaining to me and you're having a bad day in your business, I go right back to your why. I make you reflect back on why you said you are doing this business. So know what your why is, understand your why, write it down, and revisit your why every single day. Okay, let's talk about your short-term and long-term goals. In business, we always need to start with short-term goals and don't just go right to your long-term goals. Okay, so for instance, your short-term goal may be to become founders 3 in 3 months. That's a really good short-term goal. Now, some people is knocking that out in a day. Me personally, 2 days. You can make that happen, but just know what your short-term goals are and be realistic about them. It may be in 3 months to become founders 5. That's a good short-term goal in 3 months, and it's realistic. So make sure that your goals are realistic. Now, your long-term goal could be you want to create maybe 10 founders 3s in your business in less than a year or 2 years. That's a really, really good long-term goal. So know what your short-term goals are. Understand the difference between the short-term and the long-term goal, because things don't happen overnight. Okay, and that takes me right to how you plant a seed, and things take time to grow. Okay, things just don't happen overnight. Like I said, when you're talking to people, just know that they may come today, they may come tomorrow, but you have to plant that seed. In network marketing, we have to keep people in our pipeline. Okay, so you need to be exposing people daily, and even if they tell you no, you keep them in your pipeline, because guess what? They're watching you. Okay, they might come back to you 3 months later saying, "Hey, Susie or Tom, are you still helping people save money and making money and match money and all that good stuff? Because listen, I just got laid off on my job. What just happened? You planted a seed in this person 3-4 months ago, and they're coming back to you now wanting to know more about your opportunity. So at least you got to them first. Just know that in this business, stuff takes time to grow, stuff takes time to develop. When you're dealing with people, when you bring people in a business, just know that everybody has a different skill set. They don't learn the same way. Some people's going to take off quicker. Some people may need a little bit more time and attention. That's okay. Okay, your biggest superstar can be someone that came in and became a student of what was going on. They were able to observe. They wasn't trying to reinvent the wheel. They were very coachable. So just know that those things will come in time. So work with them, be diligent with them. Don't slack with those you think that don't deserve your time. Take time with them. Plant those seeds. Like, for instance, me. I wasn't always what they call a superstar. Some would say I'm a superstar, but it was someone that saw something in me, and it took time for me to develop it. My first sales job was selling pictures at with different stores. I worked at Walmart, Sam's, and this guy was like, "You got something, girl. You got something in you." And I was just like, "Look, I got the hookup. Holly, if you hear me, come get your pictures." That was just me, but he helped me discover that I had something. And so he took the time to develop what I already had. So you never know what somebody already has and all that good stuff, but just know it takes time. So please, folks, please, ladies, please, gentlemen, plant those seeds. Okay, and believe me, the harvest will come. Okay, stay consistent and work your business. It will not work itself. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Stay consistent and work your business, folks. It will not work itself. Okay, now a good example of this would be of being consistent. I tell people, if you're going to find your method of exposing people, make sure you do that every single day. Okay, you need to expose people to this business. At least have about 5 to 6 exposures a day, whether that's sending somebody a Facebook message or giving somebody a DVD or showing them the video or sitting down with them doing a presentation 101. If you're going to do that, then make sure you're doing it consistently. You can't do it one week and say, "Hey, I'm going to take a break from my business and revisit it next month or even 3 months down the road." No, we have to be consistent. And I tell people, the more you expose, the more you're going to close in this business. So be consistent. Do what you have to do and make sure you do it every single day. This business is not going to work itself. You can't just watch everybody on Facebook doing their thing and inviting people in and welcoming them in the business, and you think that just because you're watching it, it's going to happen for you magically. Well, I believe in miracles, but just know that's not going to happen. Not in this business. Okay, so we have to work our business, and the most important thing is to stay consistent. You may not see results today, you may not see results tomorrow, but you will eventually find your rhythm if you stay with it, stick with it, and don't give up. Okay, you cannot expect to reap a harvest if you have not sown the seed. You must put time into what you're trying to get out of it. Okay, so again, with this business, we can't go out there and expect stuff to happen for us if we don't do what we're supposed to do first. We have a system to follow. We have to do what we have to do. We have to plant those seeds. And once we plant those seeds, it will happen over time. It will definitely happen over time. Very important. Ignorance on fire is better than intelligence on ice. Now, you will find people that get in this business and they are just so super excited. They don't know nothing about this business for real, but they can get on the phone and be like, hey, you got to come find out how I got my cell phone bill half off, man. They paying me 22% off. I got all this free stuff, and they showing me how I can refer 3 and get 3, and I can get $600 a month. I mean, they are just on fire. Just know that you don't have to know everything about this business, okay? Don't think you have to know exactly how everything adds up, how it's going to end up for you. Just go out there and be on fire. Have some excitement about what you're doing. People thrive off of your excitement. If you want some examples, you should check me out on YouTube. I am just so overwhelmed with excitement. People gravitate toward me because they're like, why is she so excited? Is she really crazy? No, I'm not that crazy. But I act like that because I get your attention that way. So, stay on fire. Don't let your fire be put out. Don't let people, try to disencourage you. You know what you got your hands on. You see people that's having success. They don't know what you know. So you have to convey that the best way you know how. And the best way to do it until you know everything is just to completely show as much energy as possible. Stay on fire. I don't care if you have to, get yourself together first and then get on their phone and be like, hey, you got to watch this video right now. This is exactly how you have to be, folks, because they're like, okay, what is wrong with her? But that makes them want to go and watch the video, because not only are you showing how excited you are, you got them all hyped up like, what's wrong with her? So they're interested to see, is she crazy or is she really on to something? So again, folks, it's so important to stay very, very high energetic. Just be as excited as possible. Okay, start to develop the right mental attitude. Have long-term thinking. Treat your business like a $100,000 business and not a $100 business. Okay, this is kind of, I'm just going to dive right into it. Wake Up Now costs $100 to join this business, and I wish that it costs $1,000, at least $1,000, because some people have that mentality that it only costs them $100 and they can waste that $100, because you're going to waste that most of the time going out entertaining yourself. For those who still club, you can waste that out here these days in 15 minutes on drinks or whatever the case may be. But don't have that mentality. Treat this business like it's worth $1 million. Treat it like you went out and started a brick and mortar store and you spent at least $30,000-$40,000 to get that going. Because if you treat it like that, you're going to have that type of results. I often tell people, don't treat this like a hobby. Treat it like a business. Because if you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get hobby results. So again, we have to develop that attitude that this business is worth $1 million to me. It's worth $1 million because it can eventually make you a millionaire. So you have to have that mindset that, yeah, I know I paid $100, but this $100 is going to turn my life around. This $100 is going to set my life on fire. So you have to treat it as though you spent more money and act like it cost you more. Show people the value. Don't make them think this is just a $100 business. I'm glad that they have it affordable, but I think that if Wake Up Now would have made this a $500 opportunity, that you guys would treat it differently. I wouldn't have to beg you to go out and expose people. I wouldn't have to, encourage you every day to tell somebody about this business because you put more into it. But again, it's $100. It's very affordable for most. And so, in going through the process of advertising this and getting the word out, just remember to treat this like you really spent some money on it, because people can pick that up from you. Okay? The most important things you can bring to your Wake Up Now business, first of all, is work ethic, desire, commitment, being coachable, keeping that excitement, and following the system. You need to have some very serious work ethic. Okay? Some people will tell you, well, I don't have time to work this business. I have to watch Scandal on Thursdays at 7 o'clock. Or I have to go and I have to work out. And working out is good because, wealth without health is you can't have that. But my point is, we have to be very consistent and know that, look, if I'm going to work this business, let your family know. Mommy is working this business from this time to this time. So that means you guys cannot bother me. I am working on your future. I am developing something that's going to help you guys have a better long-term life. Understand what you have here and put some work ethic behind it. Be focused. Stay the course. If you're going to work this business and say, hey, when you tell your sponsor when you first join, I'm committed to this, I'm going to put in 3-4 hours a day, or you're going to put in 20 hours a week, then you need to do that. You need to do exactly that. And if you fall short, it's time to do some overtime one day of the week to make up for that. So make sure that your work ethic is on point, because if it's not, you're going to fail in this business, because we have to be consistent. Desire. You have to have a burning desire to win. If you don't, again, it's not going to work for you. You got to have what it takes to make it in this business, and you have to have a heart and a burning desire to get all this done, to keep you there. When you don't feel like doing it, you want to be able to say, well, hey, my desire is strong. I know what my goals are. I know why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for my family, or I'm doing this for whatever. Keep that desire up so that you can make sure that you maintain that throughout the course so you can reach your goals. Now, being committed. Commitment is, wow. Commitment is so important, okay? Because some people will join this business and they'll just quit. Okay, they'll quit in a day because somebody told them that it didn't work, or somebody told them it's a scam. Okay, you see people having success stories and they're showing their Wake Up Now cards and they're getting paid and they're spending money, but for some reason you quit. You're just not committed. I say some people, they like to date the business. They don't want to be completely married to the business. If you dating somebody, you can court them for a while, and as soon as the next little hot patootie come walking by, okay, you good on that. Nuh-uh. You can't be committed that way. You can't date the business. You have to be married to this business. So when times get hard and things get tough and things are not going the way you want them to go, you got to stick through it. Y'all together now, so it's a done deal. So when you getting tired of being sick and tired and people telling you no, and you like, okay, I gotta go, this ain't gonna work for me, you only been in the business for a week, that ain't gonna work. So just understand that you have to have a strong commitment level. You have to be willing to make things happen even when you don't feel like it. For those of you that are working your jobs and you're like, hey, I'm going to work this job until I'm able to come do this full time. So you're tired, you get off work and you're like, man, I'm going to go right to sleep. And you haven't exposed anybody. You committed yourself to exposing people at least 5-7 times a day, some type of way. You need to make sure you do that. I don't care if you have to run outside and be like, wake up, somebody, wake up. And then luckily your neighbor will look over and like, what you talking about? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Here's my card. Visit this website. Do what you have to do. Okay, I don't care if you got to run to Snooks or Walmart and throw your business cards on the floor somewhere for somebody to pick it up. Be committed enough to do that because you said that you were going to expose so many people a day. So let's get her done. Okay. Also, we want to be coachable. Now, in this business, you might say, well, hey, I've done network marketing before. But listen, you have never done Wake Up Now before. So if somebody else has had success and they're telling you, look, this is what you have to do in order to make your business grow and for you to succeed and be successful, follow what they have to say. Okay. Now, sometimes I get the big head and I think I know it all. You will have your know it alls out there. But I always say to myself, I'm going to continue to listen to my upline and see what he has to say. Because even if he says the same thing to me over and over again and I heard it a million times before, okay, I'm listening for that one thing I have never heard before. Because you never know. You can keep listening, 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 be like, you know what? I've never heard it like that before. I thank you so much for sharing that with me. That one thing, because I was coachable enough to like, hey, I can at least swallow my pride to listen. But if you stay coachable and listen to what they have to say, they may have something that could help you. So always know that you can put yourself in a position to learn more than what you think you already know. And again, we talked about excitement. I can't speak on excitement enough. We have to move with excitement. Everywhere we go, we have to let our little light shine so people can want to be around us and gravitate off of our excitement. Because once you show that, people like that. People like people to keep a smile on their face. And you got some good news to share. So be excited about it and get that news out there. Okay, and lastly, we want you to follow the system step by step. Okay, I always tell people it's okay to play copycat as long as you're copying the right cat. If he did it successfully once, what makes you think you can't do it? Don't try to reinvent the wheel. You may have the biggest, brightest idea ever, but don't choose to do it now. Try that in your system. If it's already working, don't try to change it. Don't rock the boat. If it's moving smoothly, then let it sail. Okay? Just follow the 1, 2, 3 system and you will be okay. Okay? And if you have questions and you might want to add to it, then bring that to your upline first. And it's okay to find your own rhythm. Don't get me wrong. We will bring things to the table that maybe somebody else would not have thought about. But I'm just trying to encourage you guys to not try to do it always your way. Don't think that your way is always the best way. It's always cool to follow something that has already been proven to work. So if it's been proven to work, don't spend unnecessary time trying to develop something that possibly could work, but we've already proven that this works. So let's go ahead and follow this system to save yourself some time, if nothing else. Emotional roller coaster. Don't make your highs too high and your lows too low. Okay, you're going to have a lot of emotional roller coasters in this business. You're going to be up some days and down some days. You're going to have some days where people are going to come in your business and they're going to be so excited. They're going to tell you all they're going to do for you, tell you to go ahead and retire because you recruited them and there's none like them. And then the next thing you know, they quit. Okay, so don't always go out looking for superstars, folks, because just because they had success in one business does not mean they're going to take that same successful path over to your business. Okay, it doesn't always work that way. So don't get so excited when somebody joins your business or say they're going to join your business. Okay, because you never know what they're going to do. So just keep an even medium. Don't get all overwhelmed and lose your character and lose yourself. You know, stay right there in the middle. Another example I can give, because I will be giving personal examples to make sure my point gets across. Just a friend of mine just the other day joined the business, and I was so excited to help her. My goodness. We have been friends for over 10 years. I've always loved her company and everything, but she just recently told me that, look, I don't want to be a part of the business anymore. I changed my mind. I'm going to school to be a lawyer, and I changed my mind. I don't have time for this. I don't want to do it. But right now, just so you know, guys, she's struggling. She doesn't have enough money to pay her current bills, and an extra $600 a month can really can help her. But she's like, no, I don't want to do it. But we was all excited, right? I even posted pictures of her on Facebook. We had a cute little display of a collage of pictures. We just had lunch together. I had a video about it. We were so excited. But then she tells me, look, I've changed my mind. She saw the group and all the success people were having and the dedication they was putting in, and she got overwhelmed just by looking at that. So she said no. So just know that some will, some won't, so some will wait, but so what? We can't take everybody with us. Okay, you're going to want to take your family and friends with you, and some people you're not going to be able to take with you because they're not going to have the same mindset as you. Everybody is not going to want to win the way you're going to want to win in life. So you can't take them with you. Don't be mad. And so I almost forgot. And so I'm actually ministering and teaching to myself all over again because she upset me, actually. I was like, what do you mean you don't want to work this business? All right. But I had to just understand that, that's her goal. She wanted to become a lawyer and she wanted to spend all her time, um, studying all of that. But she has a lot of free time, by the way. This is why I figured that she would have enough time to at least grow some more income so she won't be complaining about, bills and stuff. And I even mentioned in my video that she said to me, girl, I'm lazy. And when she said that, I should have disqualified her right there. We can't help everybody, folks. We cannot help everybody. So don't try to persuade them to do something they really don't want to do. Just because you want a new business partner. We have to qualify folks. Make sure they're worthy enough to work with us. This is why I like network marketing. I can choose my own business partners. I can choose who I want to work with. If I was still working in corporate America, I couldn't choose if they put me in a group to work with a certain group to make this project work. I can't decide who I sit next to. Okay, none of that. So in this business, we can choose who our success partners are going to be because we can't take everybody with us. So let them go. And for those who are waiting to see what you're doing, let them wait. They're going to just keep up with you. You make sure you keep doing what you're doing. Stand consistent. Don't slow down. Always let them think that you're doing well, even if you're not. If you got to fake it to make it, I don't care. You don't want to show them even your bad days because people waiting to see you sweat. Don't let them see you sweat. Just keep it going and be like, so what if you don't come? You got to have an attitude like, you don't want to roll with me? Then something wrong with you, right? You got to be like, okay, so something got to be wrong with her mentally. So it's a good thing that God did not put her or him in my business. So I don't have to deal with them. So now all we have to do is say next and look for those who qualify to work with us, who qualify to want to change their lives, who want to go to the next level. Okay, now let's talk about different character traits. Now we have to know these different characters in order to help them and how to deal with them rather when they come into our business. There's 4 different types of characters. We have the sharks, we have the whales, the dolphins, and the urchins. Now your sharks are driven by money and respect. They just want to know how much money can they make. They want like, well, how much can I make? And I can be what? I can be rich or I can be what? Those kind of things, you use those to help motivate them to get into your business. Just identify your sharks. Know who they are. They actually can be your biggest superstars in this business. They can be your biggest producers, your biggest assets, all that good stuff. So sharks are good, but just know they are money driven. I consider myself a shark. Okay, I want to know how you make the money. I don't have to know all the other stuff. I want to know all the other stuff just so I can be able to explain it and this, that, and the other. But I'm what you call a shark. Our other upline, Dura YG, he's a shark. He's money driven. You can put any kind of plan in front of him, he can break it down in a heartbeat because he understands money and that's what drives him. Okay, also we have our whales. They are motivated by helping people. Okay, these are the people that are usually very active in church. They love their charities. Most of the time they'll be doctors or teachers. And so when you talk with them, you want to focus your conversation on how you can help people save money and manage their money. They're going to be like, well, really? I can help sister so-and-so get out of debt? And that lady down the street, she loves coupons. Really, I could help her. So you're going to shift that conversation mostly to just showing them how we can help people and how we can, get them to change their lives. They are just really motivated by helping people. So you will identify your sharks when you talk with them by asking them certain questions. You can start off by asking them what they do for a living. Like I said, if they are a nurse or a teacher, you know that you're probably dealing with a whale. For instance, sharks can care less about that. No, seriously, I do have a little bit of a whale in me. I enjoy helping people, but just know the difference so you can know how to drive people to your business and what motivates them the most when you're trying to go toward the close. Now, also for the dolphins out there, these are the people who love to have fun. They love to have fun. Another good example for somebody that you may know within our Get Money team is Cedric Williams. He's the guy that loves to have fun. He's always the one saying bang, bang, chicken wang, whatever. He just likes to have fun. People like that, they will be like, well, when is the next corporate meeting? I mean, when are we gonna go out to eat afterwards? When is this meeting over with so we can go go have some more fun. These other people, but see, they can make you a lot of money in the process, so that's cool. So, let them know we have a big meeting coming in September or whatever. You need to get there because we're going to have a lot of fun and show you how to make a lot of money. And that's going to really drive them because they are the characters who likes to have a lot of fun. Now, the Argents, seeing these folks, I can't stand these folks. I hate to say that, but they need to know everything. They have to know all the facts before they join the business. These are the kind of people that have you on the phone all day long asking you all the ins and outs of the business. They don't believe they can earn and learn at the same time. They have to know everything. But see, they can be valuable to you as well because you need those people that can break down stuff at the drop of a dime. But they can also be annoying because they'll spend a lot of your time that you can be productive. You're spending so much time dealing with them, talking about all the stuff that don't really matter. All they need to know is you get 3 and it's free. You get your 12 and you're a part of the club. But no, they have to know every single bit about the business. And they will oftentimes try to drive you down. But go ahead and answer their questions because what may not be relevant to you, like I said, it could be relevant to them. So take the time, but just know the difference. You will run across those as well. And once you learn all of the character traits, you'll know how to deal with these kind of people. Okay, now keep in mind, we have to control our negative thoughts because sometimes we have more negative thoughts than positive thoughts. So we have to control the way we think. See, the law of attraction works this way. If you are thinking, hey, I am going to find some superstars in my business. They're going to come. They're going to do exactly what they're supposed to do. They're going to follow the system. You know what? If you keep thinking like that, then I'm telling you, it's going to happen for you. Just keep those positive thoughts flowing. But unfortunately, we oftentimes think negative all the time. Man, I can't get sister so-and-so to follow the system. I can't get her through a 3-way call. I can't get nothing out there. So what's going on? I just need to quit. See, if you keep thinking like that, that's why the arrow is pointing up because we have a lot of negative people. We have more so negative people than we have positive people out there. And we have to change our mindset. If you want positive things to happen, we need to flip the arrow and make that happen for ourselves because it can if we stop thinking a certain way. Because we attract what we put out there. Okay, so if you start thinking the way you want things to happen, it will occur. Like, for instance, some live examples for me is that I can be thinking about somebody that I want to run into real hard. I haven't talked to them in years, don't have their phone number, and all of a sudden I just run into them at the mall. Why? Because I'm keeping that positive energy flowing. I'm keeping it where I know that I'm going to get what I need out this program, and I'm going to make sure that it's going to happen for me. My mind is always constantly on positive things because if I keep it that way, it's going to work out more in my favor. So again, folks, we have to stay positive. Okay? Now, in closing, I want you guys to see yourself, okay? See yourself as a founder 7. Even if you are an IBO right now, it doesn't matter. You have to believe that you are a founder 7. Be thinking to yourself, I don't care where I am right now. I could be a director 3. I could be a founders 3. But you have to perceive that you are a founder 7. So as you look in the mirror, you look at yourself and say, I look good making $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. You got to believe that. Okay? Don't have that type of perception where you acting like you can't afford $100. You going around saying, okay, this business costs me $100 a month. I ain't made no money yet. I'm going to have to pay this fee again next month. If you keep thinking like that, you're going to stay an IBO. You have to definitely see yourself at the top. You have to be the person that people gravitate toward, okay? I want you to look in the mirror and say to yourself, Founder 7 looks good on me. And if you don't think that you look like a founder 7, you need to switch some stuff up. You need to start looking a certain way, acting a certain way, so people can want to come your way, okay? You got to say that I am the life of the party, okay? In my opinion, the party don't start until I get there. You have to have that attitude, okay? You gotta step in the room like, I am the next top model or whatever. I'm just giving you an example. You got to see yourself at the top. And if you see yourself at the top, then you will get there. But you got to proceed to be that way. So Perception can become reality if we just believe. So I believe that everybody who is listening to the sound of my voice will be, if not already, Founder 7, because you're going to change your mindset today. You're going to act a certain way. You're going to start doing things you wasn't doing before. You're going to commit. You're going to stay coachable. You're going to uplift your excitement. You're going to add more of that to your life. And you're going to make some serious, serious things happen for you and your family. Okay, well, folks, that's it for now. We're done. I just encourage everybody to, take some things that I said to heart. I hope you're taking some notes. You can revisit this later and just get out there and wake this world up. Look at her. She like, wake up, world, wake up now. That's right. Let's wake up some folks. So I appreciate you guys taking time out your day to go over this information. And I hope that you take this and you apply it to your life. Again, this is Angela Jones signing off. And I hope that you're having a blessed and prosperous day.